Good morning. It's not as cold as it has been the last couple nights. It was like in the mid 40s versus the mid 30s. Though it's probably going to be hotter in the day than it was yesterday. So today we're shooting for like a 17-mile day or so. And we got like 8.5 miles to a road where we can get into the Montezuma Valley Market. That's going to be the first stop. And then after that little in and out, we'll hit up another 8.5 miles or so to the campsite for the end of the day. It's a lot windier on this side of the hills. And the wind chill is freezing cold. Feels so good to see the sun again. It was absolutely freezing on the other side of that hill. It's super windy, super cold. Oh. A little cave here on the side of the trail. Looks just big enough to accommodate a person, though no thanks. Getting some better views out the east side. The town of Ranchitas down there. That's where the Montezuma Valley Market is. So we're gonna be coming in to a road crossing up there somewhere, a couple more miles yet. We're almost there. $100 miles. We're less than a half a mile to the road crossing now. And the Montezuma Valley store will run a shuttle back and forth. You just have to give them a call. So I'll call them when I get down there. They're just a few minutes down the road by car. And I'll just probably check back in when we're at the store. Made it to the market. Home of the Big Yeti. Some hikers hanging out. I think their main store burnt down last year, so they're kind of in the process of reestablishing themselves. So at least I'm running a resupply for a few days and then see what they got. Also some outhouses and stuff here. Just got dropped off back at the trailhead parking lot. And I got all my resupply stuff taken care of. I got 3 days of food. I got like some pastry things for breakfast and a bunch of bars for some lunches, dinners. I think I picked up one freeze-dried meal and then some Idaho and instant mashed potatoes I'll make up for dinner. And that'll get me to Idlewild, will be the next resupply point. And temperatures and stuff are like a weird mix of hot and cold, because like in the sun it's just super hot and warming and comfortable. But the wind chill factor is like 40 degrees or colder. So I don't know whether to put like my sun hat on yet or not. But from here it's just over 8 miles I think to Warner Springs. And I think I'm gonna camp around in that area. And that'll still put us at like a 17-mile day or something. It just seems like it's so early. I'm doing crazy time mileage wise. So I don't know, like I may do a couple extra miles if I'm still feeling good. Just kind of play it by ear. I don't know, we'll see how far I get. Smells like cows out here. Maybe some in the distance that way. I see some little black dots out there. the cows. That's such a beautiful sight. Little flowing creek. Looks fresh too. That up ahead there is Eagle Rock, and already from here I can tell it looks like an eagle. It's a really cool landmark on the trail. Oh, we're at Eagle Rock. Yeah, this is a good landmark place. I'm just gonna chill here for a good hour or so. We're definitely early. It's still only like 3 miles till Warner Springs, I think. It's just a windy spot. That was a lovely break. I chilled there for a good bit. Now we only got a little over 3 miles. Warner Springs, that'll be the end of the destination for today. We'll check out the facilities and see what they got to offer. But we should be there in a little bit. This ain't the AT. There's not supposed to be cows on the trail. It's just slightly intimidating when one's pointing his horns at you. I made it to Warner Springs. Basically the only thing in town here is a little community center. They got some basic services for hikers and stuff. And I think the only things of note that I noticed is that it's on school grounds property, so you can only enter the building when school is not in session, like after 3 p.m. or something like that. Today is a weekend, so that doesn't matter anyway. So in the guides and stuff it says they're open from like 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. or something like that on weekends. So it should be fine to get right in there and check out what's going on. I don't know if I can camp at the place, or they don't want people camping on the school property, but it is a weekend so they may not care, so I'll have to figure it out. I think worst case scenario, I'm gonna have to come back to the trail here, backtrack like a 0.3 or so. There were some tent sites that I just passed, so I may have to camp outside of town just a little bit, but that's not too bad. We'll be there in a minute to check out the facilities. Yeah, here's the community center. Weekends 8 to 7, cool. I'm gonna go see what I can get myself up to in here. Well, there's not much here. It's pretty much just a place to chill. Porta potties. You can charge stuff here at the back of the building. There's nobody here inside to facilitate the facilities, so it's kind of closed on the inside. And there's a water spigot here as well. I think my game plan, I'm either kind of stuck with, you can't camp here, so I either have to go forward like 2 miles to a site, or go back like the 0.3 and tent near the creek. So I think I'm gonna go back just a little bit and find a nice campsite by the creek. So that's it for Warner Springs. I'll see you guys at camp. Here's where I'm all set up. It's a nice little sandy spot. You can put a couple of tents in here. I'm gonna walk down to the little creek area and filter some water. It feels like this is definitely a luxury, having some fresh stream water just nearby. Tonight for dinner I'm doing the instant mashed potatoes and some tuna packet dumped in there. Done with dinner, sun's going down, it's gonna be bedtime soon, so Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning. Today we are doing a little over 17 miles, heading out to Mike's place. The only thing I know about Mike's place is that apparently it's a guy who owns some property right next to the trail. So you hike like a 0.2 down to his place, and he lets campers just kind of hang out and camp on his property. But I've heard it's a little weird and eclectic or something, so we'll see what that place is all about. There's a woodpecker up there. Crossing all the fields yesterday, it was all super windy. Right now it's just totally still. Nice cool temperatures, it's really good weather. But it's supposed to be hot today. A lot of these old giant trees are just awesome looking. Heading back up into the hills, it looks like. The trail's following this creek for a little bit, and I'm gonna get water in about a mile or so, mile and a half is gonna be the last opportunity to get water until we hit Mike's place. And that'll be about a 10-mile water carry or so. I'm just gonna take a break here by the water. This is the last water source before the next long stretch till we get all the way to Mike's place. And one of the things I picked up at the Montezuma Valley Market was these Lenny and Larry's Complete Cookies. I've never had one of these before. So we'll see what we got. They're all pretty good. There's a nice little spot to chill. Back on trail. That was an awesome little break. And we're kind of climbing away and out of this little valley area, so I think we're going to be losing our tree cover and stuff too. And it's getting into the afternoon in a few hours. So it's going to be getting hotter and hotter and hotter. I've only gone like a mile since the water source, and I'm already taking a break in the shade. Yeah, it's going to be a hot, rough, kind of mid-afternoon, whatever time of day it is. I was just looking at the Far Out app, and I've got the next 5 miles is all uphill at a decent grind. You know, it's nothing as steep as like the AT, but it's going to be hot, it's sunny, slow and steady kind of day. But no worries. We'll get plenty of time and mileage to get to where we're going. So I'm just going to take it easy. Got lots of water. I'm going to take lots of breaks as I can. There should be a decent number of shady spots like this as we go, but it's going to be one of those kind of days in the desert. That's a tow plane towing a glider. I think I've done gliding twice at least in my life. A lot of fun. It's hot. I stopped for another break in the shade. I've gone 3.5 miles in 2 hours. Just going slow and steady. Still working our way uphill. And I've got 7.5 miles left till Mike's place. And it's noon. So plenty of time. I'm just going to keep going slow and steady. Plus once we're over the hump of the uphill, it'll be easier going downhill anyway. Whew, but it's just a hot one. And it's not even the hot of the summer yet. I think the ambient temperature is like 70 degrees. But and there's got to be some kind of, like the opposite of a wind chill factor, there's got to be some kind of like sun intensity factor. It feels like it's 100 in the sun. It's just hot. But I'm doing okay. I still got lots of water. I got enough to get me the rest of the day. Just taking it slow and easy. Ran into a trail maintenance crew up here. I was thanking them for their service. These guys are awesome. Always much appreciated. You guys are doing good work. Thanks.
Thanks, man.
Stopped for another break. We're pretty much at the top. This is about the high point for the day. That was a long uphill. Just slow and steady, and the intensity of the sun. But we're in no rush. Still got good time. From here, we're only got like 4.5 miles left till Mike's place. And it's just kind of flat. Little bits of ups and downs for the remainder. And I can't remember if I mentioned already in a previous video, but I do have reservations already in Idlewild for 2 nights from now or whenever I get there. I booked them like 2 days ago, and I've been making pretty good pace where I was able to relatively accurately predict where I think I'm going to be. So whenever I show up to Idlewild, I've got reservations for that night, and the next day is going to be a 0, and that's at the Silver Pines Lodge. And that place looked pretty cool. Every room was unique. It's got its own different style and stuff. You could get from like a full furnished cabin and share like a full family in there, or just get single rooms. So I got one of the smaller single rooms, and that was $100 a night. So I'll show that off when I get there. Yeah, I'm gonna get back to taking a rest, and it's gonna be all gravy from here for the rest of the day, hopefully. And then we'll show you Mike's place. I've heard that place is kind of interesting when we get there. They're not bothering me, but I just noticed I'm sitting right next to a anthill. It's just kind of neat to watch. I'll let them be as long as they keep their distance. Here's our exit for Mike's place. Yep, just a little bit further. This is the first stop on the tour at Mike's place. Got the water. I just filled up. You should filter it. It comes out of the ground, out of a well. And there's a donation box here for it. So if you take water, which you probably will, throw a couple bucks in there. Keep the water going. Mike was just up here. Mike himself was up here a minute ago. And he says he doesn't live here. He just kind of manages the property a little bit, and then just kind of hangs out on the weekends. And today is a Sunday, so it's cool to see him here. We'll go down to the main area and see where their tenting options and stuff are. All right, here's some of the house proper. I got a good group of hikers just chilling. Donation base, got a cooler full of beers, so I'm getting set. And yeah, Mike was saying the best place to camp was kind of right here by the house, because the way the wind blows in, the house here will block it. And this is a kind of a cool little place. A neat painted up car over there. He had some chicken on the grill over here a minute ago too. So I'm just gonna relax. I'll get set up later. Just drink some beers for a little bit and just start chilling. And for dinner we're having chili and beer. I've had these things before at the very end of the AT when I did them, so let's see how this one tastes. I haven't tried this one yet. Yeah, I think that's just alright. I think the Mountain House meals are better. Well, I think we're about all done for the night, so I'm just going to go ahead and sign off here. It's good vibes. I like this place. It's got its own little quirky Americana weirdness going on to it, but it's pretty cool. It's a good group of people here. So I'm just going to sign off. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you all in the next one.